guys, how you going? Welcome back to my hair series part 4. This episode is going to be discussing all of the diet, vitamin, supplement information involving hair care and hair growth. As I explained in my very first video, water is the absolute #1 must for just functioning properly as a human being, but also for your skin and hair. And I think if there's one thing you're going to put into your body to help the outside of your body, it is water. So firstly, I'm going to start off by talking about the vitamins and minerals that are really important for you to consume for hair growth and healthy skin and hair in general, and the foods that have these vitamins and minerals in them. So the first one I'm going to talk about is omega-3 fatty acids, which is something that actually reaches the hair shaft as well as the hair cells. So it actually nourishes the hair follicles and it promotes hair growth. It also helps to provide elasticity in the hair to prevent breakage. Some foods that work wonders and are really high in omega-3 fatty acids is things like avocado, walnuts, coconut oil, kale, Brussels sprouts, and flax seeds. There are plenty of others out on the market, but those are some of the ones that I find to be the best and the easiest to incorporate into your diet. So the next one I want to talk about is zinc, and zinc actually helps to provide tissue growth and repair, and this helps keep your scalp nice and healthy. It also helps regulate the hormones in your body, which can control the oil production on your scalp, which keeps your hair nice and healthy. For the zinc to actually really do anything to your body, you are required to have 11 milligrams per day. I don't really know how to weigh that out. I'm sure you could look that up online, but depending on what you're eating and how high that zinc is in that food will depend on how much you need to eat. The foods that are high in zinc are things like wheat germ, chickpeas, pumpkin seeds, cashew nuts, cocoa powder, so yes, some forms of chocolate. And spinach is also a great one as well, and very easy to put into your diet. So the next one is protein. Now, your hair is made up of basically almost 100% protein. Like, that is what your hair is. Your hair is protein. So you do need to have protein in your diet. In saying that, a lot of people think it is hard if you're vegetarian or vegan to have enough protein in your diet. Actually, a lot of meat eaters have an overproduction of protein, and what it does is it actually clogs up your capillaries and can help reduce circulation in the scalp, which can actually create hair loss because the hair follicles are not getting the nutrients sent up this way to promote hair growth. The large chunks of animal protein and the cooked fats that you have in your diet as a meat eater do contribute to the clogging up of the blood vessels and affecting circulation. So it's something to think about. You do you, but just something to think about if you're finding that you're losing a lot of hair, or if you're a male and you are trying to prevent hair loss. If you're not getting enough protein in your diet, this can create hair loss and premature grey hairs as well. Protein helps strengthen the hair strands and the hair follicles. Your hair needs protein to grow. There is a thing that you can do called the strand test, and this is how you can sort of measure the amount of protein that is in your hair. So what you need to do is just grab one strand of hair and just very gently pull it apart. Now you should be able to pull it apart very gently and feel it stretch, and then it should stretch back. If you pull it and it breaks, you have very low protein, and you do need to up your protein. The way that you can do this is by eating things like lentils, tofu, there's beans, kale, peanuts. If you're not vegan, you can also try eggs and Greek yogurt. So the next one is iron. Now this generally tends to be more in women, that we are more iron deficient, and unfortunately that is just due to our hormones and the way that our body works. So iron helps deliver blood to the body cells, which helps create healthy circulation. If you don't have enough iron in your blood, the blood can't carry the oxygen to the parts of the body that it needs to. In particular, it can't carry the oxygen up to your scalp in order to stimulate hair growth. The things that are really rich in iron are things like dark leafy greens, whole grain breads, beans. Just remember, with anything iron related, like spinach for instance, the body doesn't always absorb all of the iron from spinach. Even though it's really high in iron, you need to have vitamin C alongside that to help the body fully absorb all of that iron that you are taking into your body. Whilst we're talking about blood flow and circulation, I just thought I'd add in a couple of foods in particular that stimulate blood flow and circulation, and things that are really great to incorporate into your diet to help with that. These are things like cinnamon, ginger, and cayenne pepper. All of these things are really great to help stimulate circulation and are really good things to put into juices or smoothies or anything like that. I will be doing a hair sort of tonic for one of my next videos, so stay tuned for that. So the next thing I would like to talk about is vitamin A and C. Both of these vitamins contribute to the production of sebum, which is your natural oils that your skin produces in your scalp and everywhere else. Sebum is produced from your hair follicles to prevent your hair and scalp from drying out. Foods that are high in vitamin A and C are things like carrots, pumpkin, sweet potato, basically any orange vegetable, also oranges as well. And then things like Swiss chard and broccoli are really great as well. All of these fruits and vegetables are amazing also for your skin and eyesight, so that is another benefit from eating things like those. And the final vitamin that I want to talk about is vitamin E. Now vitamin E is basically the mother of conditioning and hydrating the skin. It helps to nourish damaged hair and it prevents breakage. It aids the body's ability to produce keratin in the hair strands, which is the main protein in your hair strands. So there is a vitamin called biotin. Now biotin you can get in many different fruits and vegetables, and I recommend that that is the way you get your biotin. There is a biotin vitamin that you can take, and through research that I have done, I have found that biotin is actually not a great thing to take, especially if you are one of those people that doesn't drink enough water. If you take the biotin vitamin pills, biotin actually strips a lot of the hydration from your body and takes the moisture out. It kind of ends up doing the opposite thing unless you drink 2 liters a day minimum. So if you're looking into biotin, I would maybe avoid it unless you are an obsessive compulsive water drinker. I just think it's too risky, and there are so many fruits and veggies that you can get biotin from. It's just so not worth it, because yeah, it ends up doing the opposite of what it's supposed to do, and it ends up drying your hair and causing your hairs to break and snap off. So I just want to show you some of the vitamins that I take sometimes. I haven't really been taking them a lot lately, but I was using them quite regularly when I was trying to grow my hair, when it was a little bit shorter. And let me describe those. So the first one is the Nature's Own Hair, Skin and Nails multivitamins. These I don't take too often, but They're good to take when maybe you feel like you've been eating a bit poorly, or if you have been unwell, or your immune system has been very low. These are good to take just to boost those areas in which you may be lacking. If you are an incredibly fussy eater, for instance, and you know that you won't eat carrot and pumpkin and sweet potato and broccoli and spinach and peanuts and etc, etc, taking some multivitamins that are specifically rich in the antioxidants and other vitamins that you need for your hair, skin and nails can be a really good alternative. So this one contains vitamin A, vitamin B1, B2, B3, B5, B6, B12. It has vitamin E, it has folic acid, potassium, magnesium, manganese, and also some vegetable extracts and other things like that. So it's a really good multivitamin which will keep you healthy in general, but is more hair specific. And the other one that I take every so often, which I haven't again been taking very recently, I used to take these every single day, are the Synovus Vitamin E Mega Capsules. So instead of taking 2 a day, these are like double strength, so you only take 1 a day, and they are just pure vitamin E tablets. Now what I have done with these in the past, and this is something to consider as well, you can actually take one of the capsules out, prick it with a pin or a knife, squeeze it in with your coconut oil and other oils, and use it in your hair mask directly onto your hair. So that's something that you can do as well. It is skin and hair friendly. It is natural. There's nothing added to it. It also helps healthy heart function and all that other stuff. So if you find you're not eating foods that are rich in vitamin E, this is also something to consider as well. Although I find some of the oils I mentioned in my previous video are quite high in vitamin E. If you're going to be putting them directly on your hair, you don't need to go out and specifically buy this for your hair, but if you are taking it, it's just something to consider as well. The other thing I just want to put out there is something to consider. I don't do this all the time myself, but where I can afford to, I think it is really good to go for organic products. It just means that there's no chemicals, it's all natural, straight from the ground. If you're going to be having, you know, a huge rise in vegetables into your diet, if you're one of those people that just doesn't eat vegetables, just slowly incorporate some organic produce into your diet. If you can't afford it, it's not the end of the world, but just make sure that you are eating foods that maybe detoxify the body as well, so it can help flush out those toxins that you're putting into your body. So I think that that is it for today, and I've got one more video coming, which is the hair tonic drink video that should be up very soon. If it is already up, I will list it down below. And if you have any questions in regarding anything I've discussed in the video, just let me know down below. And if you have any other suggestions for hair videos that you want me to talk about, just let me know. And I think that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I would love to know if I've helped at least one of you out there. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you again soon. Bye! Look at Lenny. Isn't he cute? Look at him.